Good evening, good afternoon, dear friends, everyone. Welcome to our lecture series at the Kenan Center for Turkish Cultural Studies. Based in Boston, the Kenan Center is a non-profit organization dedicated to promote Turkish culture, scholarship, and artistic heritage through research, education, and public programs. Through this lecture series, we aim to bring together scholars whose work sheds light on the richness and diversity of Turkish intellectual and cultural life. Tonight's speaker is Professor Dr. Vasfi Emre Ömürlü, Professor of Mechatronics Engineering at Yıldız Technical University and a member of the advisory board of the Kenan Center. Born in Istanbul into a family of musicians, he received his first training from his father Yusuf Ömürlü, one of the foremost conductors and composers in Turkish classical and Sufi music. From an early age, Ömürlü Hoca participated in the Kubbealtı Culture and Art Chorus, performing as a soloist and singer. During his youth, he studied ney with Ömer Erdoğdular, a student of the legendary Niyazi Sayın, and later joined the meşk circle of Hafız Kazım Büyükaksoy, the son of Kenan Rifai, and a leading authority in Islamic and Sufi music. These formative years shaped his deep understanding of the improvisational traditions of Mevlid, Kaside, and Durak. Alongside his musical upbringing, Professor Ömürlü has built an exceptional academic career marked by innovation and leadership. After completing his PhD at the Ohio State University, he co-founded Yıldız Teknik University's Mechatronic Engineering Department, where he has led groundbreaking projects in robotics, system dynamics, and motion perception. His interdisciplinary approach has made him one of the foremost figures in the field of mechatronics in Turkey. Parallel to his academic achievements, Professor Ömürlü has pursued an equally distinguished musical path. As a vocalist, ney player, and conductor and composer, he has performed in numerous concerts and radio programs alongside masters such as Ahmet Özhan, Alaaddin Yavaşça, Çin Üçen Tanrı Korur. He now leads the La Edri ensemble, with which he released the ilahiyatı Kenan trilogy and continues to perform in Turkey and abroad. Tonight, he will speak on the musical compositions forms in Turkish religious music. Hocam, please join me warmly welcoming Professor Ömürlü. Hoş geldiniz. Welcome hocam.
Thank you very much, Eylül hocam. Thank you for everybody joining this lecture from here and from Turkey, from
Europe
actually. Sorry?
Europe as well.
Yeah, from Europe also. Thank you for being here. So, I should continue from here, Eylül?
Evet hocam, buyurun please.
Okay. So, thank you for everybody for being here. Let me open up my screen. Just a second. To sharing, okay.
Wow.
So just, I have two screens, sorry, just, it started, slide, automatic now, one, okay, just again, okay, great. So, today's topic is just musical compositional forms in Turkish religious music, kind of, it's going to be a short review, definitely, because it's very broad topic. I mean, even a single compositional form would take some time, giving some different examples of the form. So it's very rich content actually. So, but it's going to be, so I'm not going to talk about every single form. I'm going to kind of introduce the forms, a list, just classifications, names, and I'm going to give you some performance examples also, just like 4 or 5 of them. So if you allow me, just instead of just at first talking, just let's begin with a little performance.
Sure.
Then we are going to continue, if you allow me, okay?
Of course hocam, I am also here. I can accompany you always,
Yeah, I would appreciate, really. Okay, oops. So. Ya Hazreti Mevlana Hak dost Ya Habiballah Resulü Halik-i Yektatü Bergüzini Zülcelali Pakü bihem tatü dost Nazenini Hazreti Hak Sadr-ı Bedri Ori çeşmi enbiya çeşmi çırağı matü Ya Mevlana Hak dost Şems-i Tebrizi kidaret Nati peygamber ziber Mustafa Mücteba Seyyidi Alatü
Dinleyelim. Ben anlamadım ya.
Ya tabi Ya Veli Allah, Allah,
Kıymetli hocam, can I ask
Evet.
you something?
Yeah.
Are we sure that your original sound for musicians is on? There is this option on the top of the right.
I especially turned it on, but let's see what's.
We sometimes lost the voice. I think it's good for you to get closer to the screen when you share something and make sure that that thing is
This
on.
is on, right?
Yeah, it's on in my computer, and if it's on is yours, then it'll be okay.
Okay. So this is the one, right?
Yes,
You see
now
on
it's.
you see on my screen?
I cannot see your screen, but my
Oh,
option is kind of on. If you do
yeah,
the
mine
same
is
thing, it will be helpful, I think.
yeah, yeah. Original sound for musician. Yeah, that's on
That's
thingy.
on. All right.
It says high quality music, just reverb, just
Oh,
avoiding reverb and stereo sound. All of them are
that's good.
on.
Maybe next time, maybe you can get closer to the screen and we will have the whole sound that you're performing. That's great.
I can use my actually the Bluetooth
Yeah,
device also.
if you think it'll be better, hocam, let's try it.
Just a second, please. Excuse me.
All right.
No, not there. Just a second. I guess so. It's working, I believe. How is the sound right now?
Better, better hocam.
Okay, great. Okay, so so what I performed here is just okay. So this is actually called Nat-ı Mevlana. Actually, this is performed at the beginning of Mevlevi ayin in Mevlevi order in Dergah, Mevlevi Dergah culture. So it's actually not. It's about commemoration of Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem, Muhammed Mustafa sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Mevlana, it's not referring to Rumi, but Mevlana means sir, beloved. So that's referring to the Prophet Muhammad Mustafa. So this is a poem by Rumi written for Rasulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem, and it's performed at the beginning of each Remembrance Day of, I mean, the each Mevlevi ayin. basically. So it's I perform this. It's sample to not performance, and also it's same as very close to durak form. One of the other religious forms that we are going to talk about. Let me open up here. So this is just about makam itself. Let's refer to this table. Actually, this table is about, you see, I mean, the Turkish religious music has two sides. If we want to classify Turkish religious music, so there's mosque music. We say in Turkish cami musikisi, mosque music, and dergah music, which is actually musical side for Sufi lodges, dergah culture, and mosque music mostly improvisational forms, because in mosque music there is no instrumentation used, mostly just voice, and most of the forms in mosque music is improvisational. But in dergah music, there are lots of, both improvisational and rhythmic forms are present in dergahs. And also, as you see from this table, that actually dergah music has everything, whatever in mosque music, because anything that is done in mosque is also is done in dergah culture, Sufi lodges. But just the difference is in dergah side, there are some more musical forms that is needed, both rhythmic and also improvisational forms. So as I said, actually, that knot that I performed is performed at the beginning of Mevlevi ayin, which is actually this is the one, Mevlevi ayin. It's one of the largest musical forms in Turkish religious music. There is also this miraciye. It's also very I mean, both Mevlevi ayin is a rhythmic, definitely rhythmic form, but miraciye is kind of improvisational form, but it's composed musical form, definitely. And also I said that knot form, this is actually the one, that knot form that I performed, that is very close to drag form. I mean, you can even say they are the same. There is just one little difference. It's the poem itself, the lyrics. Just the difference is knot is especially for Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, and drag, but drag can be in some topic of, since actually drag is actually especially for dergah music, which is performed during zikr, during remembrance days, actually, between sections, actually, just to get some rest, kind of. It's again, both knot and drag, they are composed forms. I mean, what I performed is composed by a tree, actually. As you see, the composer here is Buhurizade Mustafa Itri Efendi in 17th century. Actually, it's very famous and legendary composer in Turkish culture. And that's not Mevlana is a very famous and it's a masterpiece, actually, really. And in these days, when they perform as I sang, definitely. I mean, just, you see, we have just this couplet, and so three couplets. But there are some more. They are beautiful, but then it takes some more time. So they somehow avoid that excessive time. But the rest of the piece is, I mean, incredibly beautiful, really. Hope sometime you can listen to it and I can perform. Really, it's beautiful. So let's continue. So So what I'm going to introduce today is just a second. Okay, so we have time. So these bold ones, this Cumhur İlahi collective Sufi hymn, Cumhur İlahi, Şugul, Mevlevi, Ayini, Durak, Tevşih. So these are the ones that I'm going to introduce today, basically. And after kind of explaining this table, which is a nice, really representation in the basis of classification based on where these compositional forms are kind of used generally. Then we can switch to tevşih, which is actually which means to decorate, to arrange, and generally, actually, again, like not, tevşih is written especially for Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, and it's both used in dergah culture and also in mosque music, basically. Especially that is used. There's one form, very famous form in Turkey, and especially in Turkey and also in around Islamic world, but especially in Turkey, this Mevlid form. It's again one of the other largest forms in our classical religious music. It's again improvisational form, and it has some sections, and between each section, so these tevşih form is performed basically by the singers, definitely. So it says already here, between verses of large compositional forms like Mevlid or Miraciye, it's the largest compositional form, we can say, this Miraciye. So let me, you can read actually the explanation of this piece. This is actually, lyrics are from Mujtaba. He is actually 20th century poet and composer, is another very famous composer, Sebilci Hüseyin Efendi. If you allow me, let me perform this one. It's actually, I already prepared, maybe there may be a question about the musical structure of these musical pieces, which, for example, I mean, this is in Makam Hüzzam. So if you have any questions, just we can refer to these pictures, definitely.
All right.
Ey benim devletli sultanım Muhammed Mustafa. Ey benim devletli sultanım Muhammed Mustafa. Ta ezel mahbub cananım Muhammed Mustafa. Ta ezel mahbub cananım Muhammed Mustafa. Nura gark ettin semalar zemini sartasam nur agar kettin semavatı zemini sartasam Talatınla şemsi tabanım Muhammed Mustafa Ah talatınla şemsi tabanım Muhammed Mustafa. Evet, benderimi de hazırlamıştım. Bunu da atlamış bulundum. Bir dahakine unutmayayım inşallah.
Ömrünüze bereket
Evet,
hocam. Maşallah çok güzeldi.
ya çok yani it's actually really amazing. Makam itself, I mean the musical compositional uh, uh, musical structure, I mean the hüzzam makam itself is beautiful, and also the poem itself is another point, of course. Okay. Another form. So this is actually called Cumhur ilahi. Again, I mean, as I said, tevşih is actually it's both used in dergah music and mass music, and tevşih is used between verses between Mevlid performance. And Mevlid itself is an improvisational form, and tevşih is a rhythmic form. So Mevlid, actually it's beautiful, but it's kind of a long performance, like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and with the performed tevşih, the prayer at the end, and Quran recitations in the middle, at the beginning, at the end. So it takes like 2 hours. So it's a long performance, and it's tevşih is another air rhythmic performance, just changing the, let's say, fragrance of the whole ritual. I mean, Mevlid is a musical form, but also it's also a complete ritual, just including Mevlid itself, tevşih, Quran recitation, prayers, kind of. So it's also a ritual. So the tevşih is for, again, as I said, especially for Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, but Cumhur ilahi, again, it can be general. I mean, it can be any other poems, just Sufi poems about, I mean, the ethics, just the journey of the soul, and for example, the one that we are going to perform here. So actually, it's again, I mean, this is written for, again, for Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, but there is this sometimes it's not a problem, but sometimes it needs to be decided whether a musical piece is, for example, tevşih or Cumhur ilahi. I mean, the tevşih is most of the times kind of little heavier in rhythmic form. Cumhur ilahis are kind of little lighter, let's say, in rhythmic form. Because in Turkish music we have lots of different rhythmic forms. For example, this ilahi we call Devri Hindi rhythmic form. Its timing is 7, but as I said, for tevşih, rhythmic forms are generally kind of longer, we can say. For example, for this Ey Habibi Zülcelal, this is actually, the rhythmic form is kind of this, actually. Ram tam tam ram tam ey habibim.
Hocam, can you take your bender, please?
Bravo. Thank you very much. Just a second. Yeah, just a second. Ey Habibi Zülcelal maşuki Rabbi Kibriya. Ey Habibi Zülcelal maşuki Rabbi Kibriya. Sensin ancak padişah-ı azamı erdü sera. Sensin ancak padişah-ı azamı erdü seray. Lâlu isyan ile geldim huzura, hür hicab. Lâlu isyan ile geldim huzura, hür hicab. Kıl şefaat, merhamet, mahbubiyet, ayini hüda. Kıl şefaat, merhamet, mahbubiyet, ayini hüda. Baisi tekvini alem baisi alem sensin ey şah-ı celil. Rahmet eyle aleminsin, bendeni etme acil. Rahmet eyle
benden etme hacim. Bab-ı lütfunda senin yok, benden asi bir kulum. Bab-ı lütfunda senin yok, benden asi bir kulum. Kenan'ın isyanı çoksa lütfuna nispet halil. Lütfuna nispet halil.
Yaşa hocam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Eylül hocam. So this is Cumhur İlahi, which means, I mean, the collective musical piece. It's collective means, I mean, it's supposed to be sung by everybody, and its rhythm should be some special rhythm that anyone cannot perform zikr with this piece. Cannot, not can, cannot. It cannot. He
Why
can. I
hocam?
mean,
Why?
the reason is just to this ilahi is just to get some rest
I see.
between zikr verses. In zikr, I mean, people get tired in long zikr verses, and in between, and especially in zikr, the musical pieces are sung, especially written for zikr, very rhythmic pieces, and after those kind of performance, body performance, voice performance, I mean, some musical piece needed to allow people to get some, I mean, not of course, rest doesn't mean sleep, but it shouldn't make people kind of make some motion, kind of. Actually, in a minute, for example, I'm going to perform some zikr ilahis, for example. So those are especially for zikr. So with this Cumhur ilahi form, compositional form, I mean, that's the general purpose. That's why it's called Cumhur ilahi, actually. So this is structure of that special Nihavent musical structure, makam. So also another very famous form, shugul. Shugul, where is it? Here, shugul. Actually, it's the special thing about shugul is it's a zikir ilahi, musical composition, and its words, poem, especially in Arabic, but its composer is Turkish. There are lots of shuguls that is composed by Turkish composers from 19th century, 18th century. The ones that the one, for example, the one is this one. It's actually, we don't know its composer, by the way. I was supposed to show you also for the ones who are interested. We forgot that.
What?
Actually, this one. So this is actually, I was prepared. I prepared these musical notes. So whoever is interested can follow whatever I'm singing. So this is, for example, it's a very famous poem by Sayyid Ahmed al-Rifai, who was actually founder of Pir of Rifai Tariqa. And this poem is very famous. It's referring to a special occasion that Sayyid Ahmed al-Rifai had been in that occasion. I'm not going to, maybe sometime Eylül Hoca may explain or can refer to that
Of course.
story, hopefully. So this is, for example, Shugul. It's written in Arabic. The composer is unknown. We call it light. That means, I mean, the composer is unknown. We don't know it. Actually, I learned this from my teacher, by the way, like in 90s. No one knew actually this musical piece at that time. My teacher actually, who lived in Ottoman time, so kind of he remembered that this musical piece, and he taught me. Luckily,
Can
Kazım
I ask
Büyükaksoy,
you
his name is
whether, yeah, he was Kazım Büyükaksoy, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's also written here, Eylül Hocam. It's the son of Kenan Rifai, Mevlid Khan. He was especially for Mevlid performer that he taught me Mevlid culture, Mevlid singing of Mevlid musical form. Okay. Is the sound okay coming to there? Is there any problem?
It's okay. Not too good. Maybe you keep being close to the screen would be helpful.
Okay. Actually, the microphone is in my ear, so it's very close. So.
All right.
Edir ki, edir ki, edir ki, no, ya Mehmet Rifai ve ya mucises kaleyn ve ya mucibet dai fi haletil budi ruhi küntür silühar أكبر العرضان بهي نائبتي أدرك أدرك أدركنا يا أحمد الرفاعي ويا موجس الثقلين ويا موجب الداعي وهذه دولة الأشباه قد حضرت فامدد يمينك كي تغزى بها شفتي أدرك أدرك أدركنا يا مدى الرفاعي ويا موجي السكرين ويا موجب الداعي. Actually, these shuguls are generally rhythmic, fast, and short. Generally, they are not very long pieces, really, somehow. Very rare that I kind of knew before just some shuguls, kind of slow shuguls, but they are very rare. But generally, these shuguls are, as I said, very fast, short musical pieces. Especially they are performed in like Rifai Tariqa, Bedevi Tariqa, which is originated from I mean, Iraq, Syria, for example, kind of in Egypt, like for example, Shazeli Tariqa. Some other tariqs are also performed these because I mean generally they are about Piran, founder of tariqs. Generally, these shughls are about that, and generally sometimes they're about, most of the times they are about Prophet Muhammad Mustafa. There are very many shughls about Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, Abdul Qadir Geylani, Ahmed Arifai, Ahmed Bedevi, Shazeli Veli, for example, kind of. So, for example, there is a recent book. I mean, of course, it's a general problem. Maybe it may have been already talked in this platform before, but in collection of, in the subject of musical composition collection, musical pieces. I mean, before 1925, before the tekke and dergah are kind of closed. So before that time, our musical literature was many. It was because at the time the environment was alive. But then most of the literature about, I mean, musical literature is unfortunately lost. For example, this musical piece, I mean, I learned it from my teacher, actually. But, and recently, from the old writings, some collection of shughls, like 300 of them, is kind of published recently. It's like 2 or 3 months ago. But it's 300 is not very many comparing to what we know as a number. So unfortunately, that's a real sad problem for us to lost kind of our musical literature, really. Okay, let's see. So this is Shugul, and it's the name given to ilahis with Arabic lyrics composed by composers in Turkish religious music.
Can we say the root of this form is actually Arabian Peninsula or Arabian music culture tradition?
I mean, only lyrics are Arabic, but the form, I mean, I haven't seen similar form, especially in Arabic world. I mean, in terms of form. I mean, when I say form, we mean the shape of the musical piece.
Yes.
I mean, for example, in our musical pieces, for example, we have this introduction, this repetitive part. There is this special part that we call it meyan, that the composer performs through switches to another musical structures and get back to the current musical structures and the repetitive part again, for example. So again, I mean, I haven't seen this musical form in Arabic world, really. So
Thank you.
that's just in shuguls. There are, of course, there are lots of musical pieces in Arabic, of course, in Arabic musical literature. But in terms of performance, how you kind of the little flavor in how you perform that musical piece is kind of different from us, really.
Thank you.
Okay. Mevlevi ayin. And after Mevlevi ayin, is there anything else? No. Okay. Sure. Okay. As I said, Mevlevi ayin, like like the Mevlid form I talked about at the beginning. Mevlid form is an improvisational form, Mevlid. It's a musical form, but also it's a ritual form with the procedure of the ritual. Mevlevi ayin is the kind of same in that classification. There is a Mevlevi ayin musical form, which is actually, it's one of the largest compositional forms in Turkish religious music, and it's both compositional form and also ritual form, because I mean, when we say compositional form, it includes introductory instrumental part, peşrev. It's an instrumental part. There are birinci selam, ikinci selam. These are verses of Mevlevi ayin. Selam, actually, since in these sections, whirling dervishes is kind of come in front of the sheikh and kind of take his allowance to get to the court to continue to whirling performance, for example, in each selam. That's maybe it's one of the reasons, actually. They call it salam. So first salam, second salam, third salam. So of course there are inner meanings of these verses, but so these are actually some other verse. These are verses, and then these last peşrev and last yürek semai. These are again instrumental forms. This is the compositional form. It's composed, but as a ritual form, of course, there is at the beginning Mevlana, and at the end there is the Quran recitation. There is niyaz, ilahi they call. It's a special ilahi, especially every time in Mevlevi ayin, at the end of Mevlevi ayin, it's performed, for example. So there is complete ritual form also. It's a long musical form. As I said, one of the largest compositional forms. So it's beautiful because it cannot be composed by anybody. I mean, Mevlevi ayin composers are very few, because it's really hard to compose this piece, because there are lots of musical structures inside of it. So you need to switch from one musical structure to the other, kind of. So it requires really high quality in composing musical pieces. So that's hard to compose, really, these Mevlevi ayins. That's why there are few. There are few Mevlevi ayins. There are few. I mean, when I say few, of course, we have, I don't remember the total number, but it's like 100, 150, something like that, I mean. But they are beautiful. What I'm going to perform to you is just, its composer is actually one of my teachers, Jin Chantarukor. We performed this several times, and also in YouTube, we have a collection of videos for this Evciara Mevlevi ayin. It's from 90s, basically. So we performed this Mevlevi ayin, Evciara. And I'm going to, because it's long, so I'm going to only perform third salam. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to also open up. So what should I do? Okay, I'm going to turn on the word part and translation part, so that you can read that translation. That's important. And I'm going to look at sometimes actually to the notation. Okay. And of course, in Mevlevi ayin there are both lyrics part and also instrumental part between sessions. So since actually we don't have any instrumental instrument here, so I'm going to do by my voice the instrumental part. So forgive me about that one. This is the third and fourth salam of third and fourth verses of Evcara Mevlevi Ayin by Cüneyt Tanrıkorur. The lyrics are from Rumi. And also some part of the lyrics are from Şeyh Galip, one of the most famous poets of 19th century. Beni yarime can fezar bazı beni yarime mahzeni inna fetahna berkuşar beni yarime canı Mustafa bazı beni yarimen ray ray ra ra ra ray ray ra ram ray ray ra ra ra ray ram ray ram tay ra ra ra ra ray ray ray ra ray ra ra ra ra ram ra ra ra ra ray ra ra ra ra ram ra ta ra ra ra ra ra ram. Sorry. Ey ki hazar aferin bu nice sultan olur yar yar. Oğlu olan kişiler canım hüsrev hakan olur. Ah, hüsrev hakan olur. inan ol beni yüz süre yarıyor. Yoksul ise boy olur canım, bay ise sultan olur. Ah, bay ise sultan olur. Ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Hay ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Ha ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Ha ray ray ray ray ram. Hay ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Ateş nezerdi derdim o illahu. Kutahne koned menzilim o illahu. Ger alemi yan cümle tabi banı başen. Haline koned müşkilim o ilahu. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Hayır hayır ram. Tararam. Simin zekano sen gidil alale zara. Hoş gün beni gahı dilgam erverim arar. İnne kalbim her suda gerzekûni tudorest. El kalbi ala babi keley haram. Ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Ray ray ray ray ray ram. Ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Ray ray ray ray ray ray ray ram. Hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır hayır ram. Efendimsin cihanda itibarın varsa sendenidir. Miyanı aşıkanda iştiharın varsa sendenidir. Veren bu sureti mevhuma revnak, rengi hüsnüdür. Gülistan hayalim nevbaharın varsa sende. Şafakta beyledin peymanemi, ona bile sakin. Sabah sohbetime de umarım varsa senden sanadır ilticası garibim ya Hazretim ola başımda bir külahı iftiharım varsa senden Ah sultanım benim ni sultan benim ray ray ray ray ray ram ender değil can iman mümenim ah dermen gidemin menzilinde şebem ray ray ray ray ray ram yek can için şed ve sadece mümenim ah iman mümenim.
Hocam ömrünüze bereket maşallah. Thank you so much. I really like this Mevlevi ayin. Maybe the most favorite one of the Mevlevi ayins for me.
It's beautiful.
Maşallah evet. So it's from Çiniçen Tanrı Korusu collection,
Uh-huh.
huh?
Yeah.
Maşallah.
I mean, there are 4 or 5 Mevlevi ayins from Cüneyt Arkor. This is one of the. I think there's one. Beyati Araban, Zabil Aşiran is a makam. I don't remember the other two. So this is really beautiful. Yeah.
Eyvallah. Thank you so
I
much.
mean, every composer has his or her own futures, and Cüneyt Hoca has really distinctive signs actually that any musical piece, if piece is his, really, you can understand. I mean, this is his piece. I mean, uh, he is really a distinctive composer. You can understand his
Definitely. Yeah, you are.
compositions.
Çok güzel.
So these are actually just some musical forms that I want to refer to. Of course, there are, I mean, different forms, general, I mean, ilahi form, nefes form in Bektashi music. That's a very distinctive form. Mercier, another form, and also these are, as I said, I mean, mask form, music compositional forms. Those are also there are again most of them are improvisational. So there are some other forms that we didn't talk about here today. So thank you very much for actually listening. I hope, I mean, this lecture would be useful for you. I really liked it. I mean, because I liked actually whatever I performed. I love these pieces. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Hocam, we would like to thank you for contributing our lecture series with your precious performance and explanations. Thank you so much. Among us, there were some Bostonian musicians and musicologists, but it's during the day, so
Yeah.
they had to leave, I think. But I still see some of my American musicians friends here. I would like to give a word to them. Maybe they would like to ask or contribute something from their perspective. Craig, are you there? Are you able to give a word? We have this jam group in Harvard Divinity School. Every Friday afternoon we got together, and he is the head of the jam group, and we perform music all together,
That's great.
combining various musical traditions. If one of them performs something, like if I perform something from Sufi music, then the rest of the musicians, they try to get along with me and trying to get a tune to hang on, just to follow me, and then when I finish, the other one takes the word or the instrument. It goes like that. Is there any question, my friends? Or Eda Hande Yağcı, buyurun lütfen, please.
Thanks for all my Sayın Vasfi Emre Ömürlü. I have a question that how can you remember the notas, the rhythms, and how can you give any meaning to the words? And my last question, do the words in ilahi or zikr has its own rhythm or end nota?
The first question is how I remember the notation and the lyrics.
Yes. How can you give, especially how can you give any meaning to the words? Because you have I know that you have a history of tasawwuf and you are in tasawwuf. And how can you give the meaning to the words? And my last question is related. Do the words in ilahi or zikr has its own rhythm and nota? When you are saying Ahmed al-Rifai, you are pushing the nota with that, you know, the way of how you say in a rhythmic form. And
Thank you,
yes,
Eda.
that's all.
Thank you.
Okay. Of course, any music, I mean, it may be Western music, it may be Eastern music, it may be religious Turkish music or classical Turkish music or Hindu, whatever. I mean, in any performance, of course, you need to know the way to perform that music. I mean, for example, without knowing that way, how to perform that music, of course, it's going to be like something naked. I mean, so in order to have, in order to perform in a correct way, I mean, you need to know how you are going to provide, for example, I mean, glissandos, how when you are going to perform in forte mode or kind of little kind of lower to lower your voice, for example. That's actually only gained by working with some, for example, I had, as I said, I had some teachers actually actually, I'm an engineer basically, and I'm a professor in a university. That's not my professional, let's say, field, this music, if you believe that. Because I mean, this is much kind of like a second, but I'm not doing it as a profession. I'm not gaining anything from it. I'm gaining just my heartfelt. I mean, just really. Um, that's the beauty of it, really. But I had very distinctive teachers. All of them are actually, they knew the subject really, really well. I mean, as I said, for example, one of them actually is even from the Ottoman time, even the second one also from the Ottoman time. So they actually knew really our classical music, and also Cüneyt Tanrıkoru. He was another legend. I was very lucky to work with all of them. So in order to perform any music, so you need to work with the ones that know how to perform that music. And also, for example, one of my teachers, he passed away recently actually, Ömer Erdoğdular, my ney teacher. Actually, he was, when we were taking courses from him. Türkçe mi devam edeyim?
Evet, lütfen.
Ha. Peki.
Çünkü aramızdaki arkadaşlar şey oldular, Amerikalılar.
Ha.
Çıktılar.
Yani herhangi birisi, yani herhangi bir müzik alanında hani çalışmak istiyorsa performansla ilgili olarak işte, benim işte hocam hep öyle derdi, yani uyurken bile yani iyi müzik dinleyin. Bizim mesela kendi işte gerek Türk din musikisi gerek klasik Türk müziği, yani en iyi performans, en iyi okuyanlar, çalanlar işte kimlerse, çünkü çok hassas bir yani nasıl o müziği nasıl e, e, okuyacaksınız. Bizim yani müziğimiz işte perde musikisi diye de geçiyor, makam musikisi diye de geçiyor. Farklı adları var. Perde bildiğimiz ev cam perdesi değil yani. Sesler yani. Ha, birisi şey diyor. Soru izler, tercüme soruyor.
Yes, I called for the rest of the community if there is anyone who could speak English and ask question. But if
Okay, I can
you
continue.
would like to, we can continue in English. If you
Okay. So my teacher said actually always you listen to the best performance even when you are sleeping, because I mean how they perform the music, how they perform the notes, pitches, for example, all of them are very important. And the first question that Eda Hanım asked actually, the lyrics, how we remember, I guess that was the question, both lyrics and the notation. So actually it's the beauty of the musical compositions that actually our music, Turkish classical music, Turkish religious music, is music for lyrics, not music for instruments. Okay, I mean, for example, when you talk about Western music, classical music, it's mostly instrumental. Sometimes, I mean, it's very sometimes complicated. I mean, so it's based on playing musical instruments actually, not for lyrics, but for our music, the large percentage of it is actually for lyrics. That's because actually we are heavily we have heavy hardware about lyrics actually. Lots of poems, lots of poets, and we have lots of ideas about spirituality, whatever. So there are lots of written poems, and it's a way of life actually in Ottoman time and also in Turkish Republic after the Turkish Republic, really. So that's why, and music and rhythm is another way to carry this information, which is carried by poems and poets, basically. And I always say that to my students, actually, and actually in old times, Eylül Hoca and maybe some of you would know the way of learning and teaching in old times. Even some of our teachers today, for example, Eylül Hoca or Mustafa Fayd, actually, he was saying just a couple of months ago to us that, for example, he learned just a dictionary by music, just one by one, and also whatever history book, just divans, for example. And in old times, that's the tradition to, and even he was talking. I mean, Mustafa Faida was saying just one of grandmothers actually. She was alive, and just although she was very old, and just because of he learned the dictionary by just with music, just she didn't forget really, even in her old age, for example. So it's the beauty of music. It combines rhythm, music, and lyrics together, and you don't forget because of that. Because it uses different brain functions, different brain regions. And after you learn one musical piece, rhythm, music, and lyrics are stored in different parts of the brain, and they are connected, and you don't forget, like a locker on me. It's a nice way to learn information, music.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You were mentioning meşk methodology, I think, Emre Hocam. The most important way to convey the musical
Yeah,
heritage was meşk usul.
yeah, yeah.
Can you please give us your experience in this field? Like, you had been working with Kazım Büyükaksoy. It was like a meşk circle.
Yeah. Actually, of course, it's kind of a little different from what was in old times. I mean, we kind of catched it from its edge, maybe. Just of course, and just what we have learned from them. Just we are right now continuing to apply. So every week, actually, we kind of get together and perform some music with our friends 2 days a week, actually. And of course, when you repeat it one by one, so you learn definitely better. And of course, the better part of today's technology, maybe there are different ways to listen to the best musicians by different recordings. Actually, for example, I remember my young times, 80s actually. We didn't have CDs. Even we don't have CD right now. I mean, we don't have YouTube, whatever. So uh, I really don't believe right now. But I mean, we don't have that. And I remember me waiting in front of radio. There was a program from İzmir Radio and Television, and Ali Rıza Avni program, 1 hour a week, and he was playing the best pieces from the best musicians, and I was recording that musical pieces every week, actually, just to record and study later to listen to, for example. So I didn't miss any of those programs, and so we had those tools besides our teachers, definitely. And of course, one-to-one, as you said, I mean, so one-to-one lessons with our teachers are, of course, unmatchable to anything, of course, definitely.
Good evening. Hi, I have a question. Can you tell us, please, for rhythmic, for example, devri kebir, a large rhythmic, this mesh, like düm tek tek, this rhythm, and how can you use for your students do this lesson? Sorry for my English.
No worries.
No problem, no problem. So
but I think you can understand me.
yeah, definitely,
Sure,
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, can you please a little bit information can you give us, please?
All right.
Yeah. Actually, just a second. So, I mean, any musical piece, I mean, as I said, in Turkish music, we have lots of different rhythmic structures. I mean, starting from very simple one, for example, it's simplest one is timing is just two, for example, just dum take dum take, for example, or the one higher timing is three, for example, it's semi, it's basically waltz, for example, dum take dum take ye. So when, for example, when any musical composition is composed with this rhythmic part, actually, I generally say it's like a dress. Okay, so any musical piece dresses rhythm, musical structure, and lyrics. Those are, you can consider like a dress. And of course, when the composer actually do his or her composition in a best way, I mean, so for example, if the rhythmic structure is semi or waltz, for example, so the music is also has that flavor. For example, it's, most of you would remember, I mean, yine bir gül nihal, for example. I mean, it's semi, okay? Ray ray ray ray ray ram, yine bir gül nihal. Ray ray ray ray ray ram. For example, you see, I mean, the sound is just kind of dressed with that rhythm. Aldı bu gönlümü silten, tam tam tam tam. For example, or for example, there is one religious Sufi hymn, for example, Ya Resul Selam Aleyke. That's, for example, the rhythm is, I'm kind of choosing simple forms, I mean, the larger forms are kind of harder to understand. For example, if it's Sofyan, for example, its timing is 4. So it's actually düm tekke, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Ya Resul selam aleyke, ya Habib selam aleyke, ya Nebi selam aleyke, salavatullah aleyke. For example, I mean, so the composition, musical composition, actually has some rhythmic structure, and over that there is the musical piece. Hopefully.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm not sure if it will understandable. Thank you.
So Charles says something hocam. Would you like to read it?
Ha.
Music is deeply touching.
Okay, sorry, just
I'd like to know. Ah, çok güzel.
I don't know. There are some Mevlevis in Canada, but especially, I mean, there are ones in Seattle, but that's US, of course. But in Canadian side, also in the western coast, there are Mevlevis, but I don't know. There is some in Toronto, I believe. The ones that work with Cemil Hoca, Cemil Büyükaksoy once. Our Sheriff Naci Hoca'n's son Selim is there in Toronto, Canada. I'm not sure if they get together and do something, but there are some
make
YouTube.
some connections.
Huh?
We can connect them later.
Yeah. They are in Toronto. Probably you know already the son of Sheriff. Sorry, just a second. I'm sorry, I'm confused. The Güleda Hoca's brother actually is in
Alright.
Toronto, but
Tamam.
her son is in New York. You know,
Yes, I know.
Selim?
Selim is in New York, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Craig, Craig wrote
Thank you very
something.
much.
Thank you for this incredible presentation. I wish I could stay and ask, but I have to get to class. Tamam Craig, we'll see you inshallah
Maybe,
Friday.
I mean, there are lots of YouTube videos in Mevlevi music. Maybe they can follow. There are lots of them in YouTube.
Let's keep in touch, Charles. Do you know my Instagram account or something? I'm gonna write my phone to you. I know many names in Canada. Our friends goes to Canada to perform Turkish music, Mevlevi music, so on and so forth. Let's see what comes on the way to share with
Thank
you.
you very much.
Hocam çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful night.
Okay, thank you very much, Uselcan.
Ne diyor? She says.
She says, Fazıl Say album about Mevlana. Okay, thank you very much.
Tamam. Değerli arkadaşlar, dear attendees, it was a special night for us. We enjoyed Emre Ömürlü Hoca's presentation. Thank you hocam, and we would like to have you, inshallah, sometime later when you would like to share one more Mevlevi ayini, especially Ferah Feza. I love it.
Evcara hocam.
Evcara, but I like also Ferah Feza hocam.
Yeah,
The next
Ferah
time
Feza is beautiful.
we can perform it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, definitely.
Dede Efendisi. Alright. Thank you so much. Katılımlarınız için çok teşekkür ediyoruz arkadaşlar. Haftaya görüşmek üzere.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Allah'a emanet.